and I'm gonna make, oh, Jesus, what a hell of a snack. Fish tacos. Okay.
Freedom!
So fresh, so new.
Freedom!
It's all for you.
All for you. Freedom!
Keep your ear to the ground.
Talking about the freedom!
It's the best show in town.
Let's show you that freedom! Freedom!
15-day snack challenge. These snacks are fun. Some of my favorite, from my kitchen to yours. And I hope you make them. This one's fun. It's a fish taco. Totally like vacation island style fish taco. And it all starts with a little bit of fish. You can use whatever you want. Honest to goodness, I have snapper. This is how it came. So all I did was lay it in some parchment paper. It keeps it nice and non-stick. And I keep the seasonings really simple. So to start it, a little bit of oil, because that's going to help like kickstart the cooking process and keep the fish kind of like just relaxed, you know, vacation, okay? And just to highlight the fish, a touch of smoked sea salt, and then I'm a sucker for smoked paprika. I use it all the time, and it's really nice with fish. This is a light, flaky fish, and when I say light, it likes to take on a lot of flavor. So a little bit of smoked paprika, and then you can use chili powder if you want. I'm using ancho chilies, which is kind of like a nice chili powder. It's got a good little hum to it. So that's it for the fish. A little bit of oil, salt, ancho, smoked paprika into the oven. 450 degrees, just let her bake away. Now my fish taco, I like some slaw. And coleslaw dressing, easy to grab off the shelf, am I right? But it's super easy to make it. So let's do it together. So the base of it is a nice shot of mayo, just like that. And then I like to balance it out a little bit. I am not going to use that. I'm going to use a little bit of buttermilk. Just a shot of buttermilk gives it a nice tang, and I love the flavor in it. So it's all about the acid in a coleslaw dressing. You can use whatever vinegar you like. Honestly, I'd leave balsamic vinegar out of it. That's a bit intense. But a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And coleslaw is about balance. So to balance that out, just a shot of sugar. Just a little bit. I've even used maple syrup before, but anything that's nice and sweet that you have, get the sugar in there. Of course, I put salt and a nice twist of pepper. You know what? A couple twists of pepper. And that's a nice, simple, based coleslaw dressing. It's really nice and vinegary, but then with the sweetness in there and the black pepper, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's amazing. Super simple coleslaw dressing. So chopped up cabbage, into the cabbage can go the coleslaw dressing, but then I like to doctor it up even more because it's all about like that island style fish taco. I'm gonna do a nice squeeze of lime. I just like that extra citrus pop to it. And because the cabbage is so woody, what I like to do is get a lot of that citrus in there, get the dressing in there, and then just let it chill out for a minute. And then I also put a little bit of cilantro in there because I like that kind of that crunch and that cooling factor that it'll give to the coleslaw. Sweet. And just mix it up and then let it sit there and hang out, and the acid and the buttermilk kind of attack the cabbage a little bit, and then it chills out and it like loosens up on the crunch a little bit. But that's perfect. Just that classic coleslaw dressing and then a nice big shot of lime and cilantro is perfect for fish taco. Okay, coleslaw, check. I also like a bit of like naughty, dirty mayo on top of it, but I like it to be kind of spicy, a little freaking naughty. Okay, where were we? Oh, what am I making? Yes. Okay, sorry, it's getting hot in here. So chipotle peppers. It's a smoked jalapeno and adobo sauce. So it's got like tons of flavor and tons of body, and it's really nice and smoky. So that's good. And then a shot of yogurt, because I like the tang of the yogurt. And then just another shot of mayo for like that little extra fattiness. And then it's pretty simple. Throw in a garlic clove. Another shot of lime to kind of like attack the fattiness of it, and the lime and the lime and the chipotle go really well together. That spice and that citrus, it's like they're buddies. They're totally buddies. Little shot of salt, and that's it. Oh, I put a little water in it too, because I like it to be like drizzly, if that's a word. You want it to be drizzly. Then blend it up. It's so good, like that, just that little kiss of spice on there. It's really good on the fish taco, especially with the fish. And then that coleslaw is really bright and really crunchy. You want some spiciness in there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. It's got a nice hum to it. It's spicy. So you can't have a taco without a salsa. And hold on, I got to turn this on. I almost forgot. You can't have a taco without a salsa. So there's a couple ways to make salsas. If you're gonna make a salsa that's cooked, and technically that's what salsa is, you can put like lots of tomatoes and peppers and onions and garlic into the oven and roast them and then blend them up. Or you can make pico de gallo. And pico de gallo is a salsa, but it's uncooked, so it's like a fresh salsa. And I love that with the fish taco because the fish loves that kind of freshness. So a good base for pico de gallo is some chopped up tomato. And then my little twist is I'm gonna add some avocado to it because this is like the vacation taco. A little bit of avocado is super delicious in it and really easy for avocado. I just keep it in its skin and just move the knife along it. I call it like the tic-tac-toe method. And then the avocado comes up pretty easily. And it's already cut up for you. Awesome. So tomatoes, some avocado. And then you can't have a salsa without onion in it, and lots of raw onion. So you can use red onion if you want, but I prefer the intense crunch of a white onion. Super good. So white onion, avocado, the tomato, get that into a bowl. And that's the good base of the salsa. And again, it's just like light and fresh. And I roll cut the tomatoes, I roll cut the seeds out of them because I don't like the salsa to be super watery. You want it to like have that nice crunch but not be super soupy. And then to that, you want some fresh lime in there. If your limes are ever tough, just give them a wiggle on the board. Yeah, the lime's really nice in there. Pop of citrus with the onions and the avocado. It's good, keeps the avocado green. And it's good flavor. And then a garlic clove, just on the microplane like this, beats it up really well. Super delicious. It smells so fresh in here. The coleslaw, the spicy sauce, the pico de gallo, and then for some more freshness, a bit of cilantro. This is great. And then a nice shot of salt just kind of seasons everything and gives everybody a big hug and like wakes the party up. And you know, a salsa, like a pico de gallo, I like it when it's spicy, but I've already got a ton of spice in the chipotle sauce, so I'll leave it at that. Just a shot of salt. And then sometimes, if I feel like it, just a drop of oil. Literally just a drop. And then that's a nice, fresh, basic pico de gallo. It's really nice and crunchy. It's got citrus in there, salt, the garlic. It's heavenly. It's heavenly, it's big, it's crunchy, it's bold, and it's super flavorful. Okay, so I'm all about having tricks up my sleeve, and this is great. Where is it? Okay, right here. This is some taco shells. So what I like to do is get an element on, really nice and warm, and put the tacos in a wet rag, so it kind of like brings them back to life. But and to get like a little bit of texture on it and to warm the taco up, whether you have an electric element, a gas element, or an induction like this, just throw the taco on and it'll start to smoke a little bit and it gives it like a really nice crust on it. But when you're doing this, like just watch it. It should come off fairly easy. You can start to see it toast like that. That's perfect. Boom, you see how it changes it? It just warms it up, and then the wet towel kind of like brings it back to life, and then you just put a little sear on it, and it makes for a great little taco. That's a cool taco trick. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you just want like a light little crust on it. That's beautiful. How you doing, Louise? My Great Dane joined us, by the way. Our Great Dane. Sorry, babe. All right, let's check out this fish. it should be, yeah, it should be really nice and flaky. And it is. If you just take like a pair of tongs or whatever, you can just push the fish down and you can see how like lovely and flaky it is. And it takes no time to cook, especially if the oven's hot. You should just be able to press it down like that. And that's like a perfect piece of fish for a fish taco. Okay, let's build it, shall we? And these taco shells are pretty small, so watch you don't overstuff them. I'm an overstuffer all the time. So I'm going to start with a little bit of the slaw, and then it's nice that you just give it a few minutes to kind of like break down the cabbage. It makes it for a really nice slaw. And it's good, you want like the taco juicy, and this slaw helps make it really nice and juicy. It's good, you want to hear some weird noises when you're eating it. It should sound like your grandma's attacking it. Okay, let's go fishnets. Yeah, it's so beautiful and super nice and light and flaky. And the snapper is great because it's cheap. I can find it usually at any grocery store. And then honestly, if you start with the snapper first, it takes the longest to cook. And then by the time you've got the salsa, the sauces, and the slaw ready, fish is done. Good timing. Man, it smells so good. And just simple seasonings, keep it simple. You want to taste like the beauty of the fish. So just salt, a few dry spices, and you're good to go. All right, this freshness is amazing. Avocado, tomato, onions, cilantro, lime, salt, garlic. And then again, like I usually make my salsas like spicy. That's kind of like the rule. If you can have salsa, make it spicy. But we've got Chipotle Madness over here, so that's gonna act as my spice. Yeah, and just a little glaze over the top. Just get it on the fish. Beautiful. Just to finish, I like to serve it with a lime to get extra lime on there. And then to make it pretty, just some fresh coriander for a pop of color and that like cooling effect on top of that spicy sauce. This is just delicious. It's super fast. I cook the fish right in front of your eyes. And it's so fun to make it. Crunchy slaw, the pico de gallo, the cooked fish, lots of lime, lots of spice, lots of balance, and lots of love. Next time you're craving a taco, make a fish taco. Get into it.
Freedom,
So fresh, so new.
freedom,
It's all for you.
all for you. Freedom,
Keep your ear to the ground.
talking about the freedom.